Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica Jane. I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, Jessica, how can I be more attractive to women? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked, because you've probably been out and about seeing beautiful women, or even just like okay enough women out and about with dudes where you're like, the hell does she see in him? Well, if you've asked these questions and noticed these things, I'm glad, because that's what I'm going to talk to you today about, is reprogramming your mind to be in a state of attractive as opposed to reactive, and to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to hear how you can get in the frame of mind that'll allow you to get women chasing you without having to do anything yourself. Or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button with that notification bell. Okay, so lately I've been talking to you about the brain and shit, because really all this starts with you. A lot of you guys come onto this channel wanting to know what she's thinking, or even, what does it mean when she says this? And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I've said it once, I'll say it again. You don't need to know fuck all about women in order to get women. So that's why I'm going to be talking to you more about how to train your brain to be better with women. Because it's not about memorizing things to say, and it's not about having the right thing to say all the fucking time. It's about knowing how to be more aware of yourself and more in control of yourself without losing yourself in here, which is what you're probably doing right now in your interactions with women. So if you know you could use some training, some one-on-one guidance, somebody looking at you and telling you exactly what the fuck you're doing wrong and what to do instead in that moment, book your call with me now, jessicajdating.com/book. I'll go over all the programs available to you that can help get you to where you want to be with the women you want. Okay, back to your brain, boy. So today I'm going to talk about something called limbic regulation. If you want to Google it now, go fucking ahead, but I'll explain how it pertains to you and women. So they say the more people you interact with in a given day, the more stressed you will be. And it's because of this one thing I always say to every single client, every single person I talk to in my life who will listen to me say this: we human beings are the most unstable and unpredictable variable on this planet. So for you to have one thing to say that'll work on every single woman, it's never gonna fucking happen. And going back to the more people with whom you interact in a given day, the more stressed you are. The reason that is because of something called limbic regulation. Now, I've talked to you guys about limbic resonance, where we kind of attune to one another emotionally, which is how emotions are contagious. But limbic regulation essentially states that when one person, and I'm not going to tell you which person yet, but when one person emits a certain frequency or emotion, it enables the person listening to essentially regulate to their given emotion and frequency. So second person will usually always attune to person number one. But a lot of you are person number two, where you're essentially regulating based on the person with whom you're speaking. But like I said, how do you determine who's person number one and who's person number two? Person number one is the person who has the ability to self-regulate their emotions, who has the most self-awareness and self-control over their emotions in a given moment. And that's what it means to lead. And the inability to self-regulate and lead makes you more susceptible to person number one's feelings all the time. It's why you could probably get really uncomfortable and really anxious and really upset if you approach a woman and she's immediately cold or closed off. But I'm telling you, women should usually be cold and closed off nowadays when it comes to a strange man approaching us. And I'll tell you right now, all of my clients are guilty of this coming in. I'll tell you, you're not alone, of coming in and trying to ask her questions until she gives you something to work with. How are you? Where are you from? What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? Hoping she just gives you something that you could use to now start the conversation. But you know what? That's making her lead. You're waiting for her to give you something. You're waiting to go off of her. And that's what it means to fall into being person number two. Even if you're the one battering me with questions. Does that make sense? And this is what's gonna make you feel like you're lost in conversation. This is what's gonna make you feel like you don't have control in conversation. This is what's gonna land you in the fucking friend zone because you're just latching onto her. What do you think the friend guy does? He waits for us to tell you what to do, to tell you how to be, to determine how you should feel. Now, let's flip things around for a second. How would you feel if just anybody walked up to you and just started asking you, hey, how are you doing today? What do you do for work? I know, I think I did this in the last video too. But you'd probably be like, why are they asking me this? Who the fuck is this person? Or you might feel pretty obliged to just answer. You might feel like you need to be polite. But do you see how you are evoking these same reactions and emotions to women? And that's what puts you in the reactive state. Does that make sense? You waiting for her to give you something to use is reactive. That is not attractive. And by definition of limbic regulation, you are now attuning to her. What woman wants a man to push her in front of the T-Rex? I'm telling you, none of us do. Okay, so what do we fucking do about this? I'm glad you asked. If you already know me, and depending how long you've been on my channel, you already know the answer to this is giving a personal, relevant statement. Something that's going on for you right here, right now, in your brain, in your body. That's what it means to be self-aware and self-regulate and have self-control over your emotions. Because authenticity is an emotion. In fact, it's 4,000 times greater than love. And if you can admit that to me, I will admit that I'm falling madly in love with you. Eventually, right? Where the fuck am I going with this? Oh yeah, personal relevant statement. So that's what it means to be the lead. That's what it means to attract, is to get women to feel that frequency from you, and then we self-regulate to you by being authentic as well, by feeling compelled to engage with this person who is talking like a regular fucking person and not some threat, not some sheep that I can easily ignore or just feel like I have to be polite to. You're being a fucking person to me. And it's very hard for human beings to ignore genuine human beings. We can ignore sheeple that we come across on a daily basis. We don't fucking care. This isn't going anywhere. You mean nothing to me. Bye. Or we become defensive to men we perceive as threats. But if you're a genuine human being, meaning you're being personal and you're being relevant to right here, right now. Oh my God, is that a fly? What was I saying? Okay, yes, that's what I was saying. If you were being a human being and explaining what's going on for you right here, right now, and I'll tell you right here, right now is what you and I share. This is our world. Now is our world. Now and what's going on right now will always be your foot in the door, because I'm right here, right now too. It's like if you and I were stuck in the elevator together, we'd probably look at each other and be like, oh fuck, that's our shared environment. But take away the elevator and what do we have? We have right here, right now, no matter what. Whether we're on the Titanic, stuck in an elevator, getting our asses beat in pickleball, either way, right here, right now, that's me and you. And that's our shared life. Anyway, this is what my entire 12-week coaching program is about. I've been calling it the 90-day program, but 90 just sounds so long. But it's 12 weeks. 12 weeks, you get 12 sessions. There's 3 different packages through which you can achieve what I'm talking about right here, right now. So book your call with me to discuss all avenues of these possibilities. JessicaJDating.com/book. Bear in mind, are you guy number 1 or are you guy number 2 when it comes to limbic regulation? And let's get to being guy number 1. And thank you for watching as always. I will see you next time.